as MULTIVAC, we really appreciate you being here. It's really fantastic. I think more importantly, it's inspiring because you all want to make a change. You all want to be a big part of this reducing plastic waste. We think we can do it through technology. I'm going to share that with you quite shortly just now. For those that I haven't met, I'm sorry about that. Come and see me. I'm Elliot. I lead the materials team here at MULTIVAC UK. What we'll do is we'll go through the team just shortly and how that sort of breaks up. But first I want to tell you a story. And it's quite a simple story, and it comes out of an issue. It's a challenge that MULTIVAC identified, really. 10 years ago, I started in the packaging industry. I've been here for 5 years now. 5 years I spent with probably a familiar setting that you've all been in as well. Production line is down, MULTIVAC or whatever it is, a flow wrapper. You've got your machinery company in a meeting, you've got your material company in a meeting, and the poor production manager is sat in between these two guys or ladies and going, it's your fault, it's materials' fault. No, it's not. It's a machinery fault. And MULTIVAC thought, we can solve this. Why don't we just simply supply material? And that's what we did. And we've had a lot of success of it in the last 5 years. A lot of people in this room today are our customers. And I'm hoping they're all going to nod and say that we've managed to reduce downtime, and that's what we did. We achieved it, and it's fantastic, really. Just to introduce the team. So we've got Chris. If Chris will just stand up. I told you you're not going to get out of nothing today. So just give it a little wave. Chris looks after what I call our Celtic regions. He's our Northern Ireland and Scotland regions. We've got Clive. Mr. Clive, thank you. Clive looks after our southern regions. Currently, I look after the northern regions, which is about Birmingham to the borders. And then we have Richard. And Richard has a very unique position in MULTIVAC. He's our application specialist. You'll know Richard because he doesn't wear a tie. He basically ensures that health and safety. Yeah. He basically ensures that our materials are the right and best materials for a MULTIVAC machine, and it's quite simple. And he also reins me in when I have a couple of wacky ideas. So we're all here today. We're talking about plastic reduction. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel massively overwhelmed by this whole subject. Does anyone else feel the same? Okay, you're going to get a little bit involved here now. I need to figure out how we can solve this from a MULTIVAC point of view, and I feel very overwhelmed. Who took an exam at school? Out of interest. There's some people with their hands down. That's quite worrying at times. I took exams at school, okay, and I took GCSEs at school. And when you study all your things at school, and you've got maths and English, and you get home and you get sent home, and you have absolutely no idea how to start revision. Did anyone else feel like that? No idea where to start in the book. Do I start maths? Do I start English? Now, I'm not going to tell you my results of GCSEs, but I am stood up here talking today, so you can judge it one way or another. I don't know. So, after I finished GCSEs, the BBC solved that problem. They came out with BBC Bite Size. Has everyone heard of BBC Bite Size? And what BBC Bite Size did is really easy. They took one subject and broke it down into loads of little different sections. And then right at the end, you could bring it all together. And that's really how we can all relate to this plastic reduction and how we move from a linear economy into a circular economy. We've all got our own little bit. Every single one of you is in a really privileged position today because you've all got a part to play in reducing plastic waste in the UK, and I think that's amazing. Where do MULTIVAC sit in that? Well, Rhoda explained the circular economy earlier to us today, and I really think MULTIVAC has to be at the first port of call. Packaging design, machinery design, and material engineering has to be at the start. What's the point in me pitching a load of ideas here today and solutions if they don't fit into the circular economy? There is no point, is it? It's a bit like buying a car that you can't buy fuel for. There's no point in it. So that's where we believe at MULTIVAC, where we sit in the circular economy. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to achieve that? How are we going to help our customers achieve their goals in reducing plastic waste? Well, quite simply, we're going to look at all of the machines that are in the market and our new machines and our new technologies, and we're going to look at materials and the new materials technologies, and those are alternatives that we can put down our machines, and we're going to combine them together. And I think that is the way that we're going to obtain and gain our bite-sized part of this massive complex problem. We're launching today the consultancy approach. This is by Clive, Chris, Richard and I coming in and speaking to you directly. Everyone's different. We recognise at MULTIVAC everyone has different machines. Everyone has different objective goals. Retailers, Kevin has different goals to other retailers. So, why can't we not sit down individually and talk to you about it individually? Makes sense, doesn't it? Tailor a package that works around you. We know what multivacs you've got on site. We're in a very good position. We can look at what's available on the market. We can look at what fits your machines and your objectives. And that's what we're going to do. One complete solution. It's exactly the same, actually, on why MULTIVAC Materials was created in the first place. We saw a challenge, and now we want to meet that challenge. And we've all got our social responsibility in this challenge. And lastly, we're part of the UK Plastics Pact, and this has been mentioned a couple of times recently today. We feel that we're really honoured to be part of that. We can give our customers a lot of the research that goes on behind the scenes from the Plastics Pact. We're actually the only packaging machinery company to be part of the Packaging Pact in the UK, which is fantastic, really. We're trying to use those partnerships to give you the better information, to give you the educated decisions on how we move forward. So how have we really looked at it from a MULTIVAC point of view? Well, quite simply, and I'll go through some solutions, some alternative solutions. Now, some of these might fit your needs, some might not. That's fine. We can sit down, have a chat about it, come and see us. That's what this is about. It's about starting conversations. That's why we're all here. And we asked 3 simple questions when we started out. Can we reduce the amount of plastic in our packages, but still keep the same packaging performance? Can we replace any of that plastic with alternative materials? And lastly, but not leastly, can we make the recycler's job a hell of a lot easier by designing our packaging better? Quite simple, right? Well, we think that we've had a good go at it. So we're going to go through some solutions now. Paperboard. We've got a couple of machines in here today. We've got a T800 and 2 thermoformers. We've got a full range of paperboard. MULTIVAC, many moons ago, designed and developed a packaging format called skin packaging. It was heavy use on plastic, but there were some great uses and it was the right choice. We improved packaging performance and we improved shelf performance, and it's been a raging success. You see it everywhere in the UK. But it uses a lot of plastic, right? So why don't we replace that plastic with something else? And that's what we've done. We've taken the majority of that plastic out and we've replaced it with paper. Fantastic, win-win. We've got a full range as well. We've got tray sealing, so we've got deep tray packs. We've got flatboard packs, which is where we think the market is going to go more towards. We've got 3D packs, which is basically on the left-hand side there, a flat pack with some edges up on there. And then we've got thermoforming, and that hasn't come without its challenges. That's been really hard to develop. And we're there. We've got a flat board solution, and we've got a thermoformable board solution on the right-hand side. Incidentally, that can also be MAP'd. It was actually originally designed to be an MAP pack as well. So let's look at these in a little bit more detail for you now. So make sure everyone can see that. I might have to drop down now. I've come up with a sort of an economy of scale. So on the left-hand side, you've got the standard pack, which is just 100. That's just your standard benchmark, okay? And on the right-hand side, you've got the alternative that we're suggesting. So, for example, price is 100. So say if that's £100 per pack, it's clearly not, but if it was, then a skinboard pack would be about £130. It's about 30% more expensive currently. Now, this will change. This is a brand new type of pack, brand new technology. Papers aren't fully designed to do this sort of stuff. And we need volume, we need earlier onsetters, we need early adopters. As soon as we get the volume in there, that price will come back down. That's the economy of scale that we're talking about. Machine performance is unaffected, that's 100, so it's like for like. But more importantly, you've reduced and you've taken 70% of your plastic out of the pack. And I think that's a huge achievement. So early on, so quickly have we done that. We developed this within 6 to 9 months, and I think that's a real big achievement that we should all be proud of. For example there, just to reiterate, 100 tonnes of product would equal 30 tonnes of plastic for the paper alternative. And it's similar with a thermoforming skin pack. That one's just the example for the forming, so you can see it in a little bit more detail there. Similar stats and similar numbers come into this pack. And there's added benefits. Okay, yes, it's a little bit more expensive. I can't do anything about the price of cardboard at the moment compared to polymer. There's a reason why we use plastic. It's a good, cheap material. And it works very, very well. But you can start branding. You can print on the top of the board. You can print underneath the board. Maybe even get rid of your label. But these are all discussions that we want to have with you in our consultancy service. We want to have these discussions. That's what today's about, opening this discussion. I've got a little video now that MULTIVAC have made. I'll just talk you through so you can see it in a little bit more detail. And there's another feature that I haven't mentioned yet. So you take the full top web off the skin pack, and there's a secondary seal. There's your product there. And there's a secondary seal to be had, so you can take the sealing layer off. Now, you don't actually have to do this. We've done research in a UK mill that shows that the board with the sealing layer is recycling ready and can be recycled. But it's a feature to offer you there. There's the deep pack there in a little bit more detail. So just to go through a couple of USPs, just to repeat ourselves on paper board. So a high content of fibre, good branding possibilities, recycling ready, optimal branding possibilities, processable on current kit, as well as retrofitting and brand new kit as well. So we're really proud to present that. Okay, and we've also looked at other alternative solutions. So what else have we looked at? It's not just skin packaging that we need to sort out in this chilled sector. So the standard MAP tray, everyone knows it, everyone sees it. You probably use it yourselves. Yes, it's black on there for a reason, just to reiterate the point that it is a problem product. And we've taken that product and we've replaced most of the plastic with a paper alternative. So we've taken most of the rigidity and put it into paper widely recycled material. You can have the liner there. I know that looks like quite thick material, but you can have the liner in mono material, monopolyester, or a laminate. I prefer, obviously, to go down the mono route because then you don't have to do that change later on again. Machine performance is unaffected, and again, 65% of material of plastic weight taken out. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it, that we can do that so quickly, and we'll continue developing these products to make them better. A mince pack, again, another one, and I think Pact will identify this as a bit of a problem product. Traditionally a laminate product, maybe PET PE, maybe some of you are still using PVC PE. However, some of you might have moved into mono materials, fantastic, widely recycled base web, but if you don't rip the top web off, then what do you do? It's still not, that's then not classed as widely recyclable anymore. It's a big problem. Well, we've developed it. We've got together with one of our partners, our key suppliers and partners in MULTIVAC UK Materials, and developed a one polymer pack. We think we have got a material that's 100% polyester, top and base web, that can give you the gas barrier properties and the anti-fog properties that you need to pack off mince or sliced meats. Now, we need to trial these in real-world situations. That reel behind you on the R085 is the first reel in the UK. We need guinea pigs, basically, to test this, but we think we've cracked it. There's a couple of different grades of material that we can use there, but that's a huge win. If we can take most of our MAP packs and put them into one polymers, you don't even have to take the top web off. And then vacuum packs. Currently, skin is in a really heavy plastic. And I know what you're going to say, vacuum packs, laminate structure, not widely recycled. And yes, you are correct on that. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But if you take it in this example and look at the numbers, it starts to actually add up and make a bit of sense. You start to take a heavy, semi-rigid material that's currently already a laminate and not widely recycled, and move it into a vacuum pouch that has 65% less plastic, improves production, so you can get more packs per minute, and the price is a fraction. Overnight, you can do that tomorrow. I can help you do that tomorrow, and you can fully print it if you want to print it. Now, I know there's the argument against it not being widely recycled, but when you look at that and talk about turning the tap down or turning the tap off, that is a huge gain and a very quick gain. If we can do some quick gains and then develop further, I think that's really how we're going to start going into this circular economy. Plug assist. Plug assist, hands up if anyone knows what plug assist is, apart from the MULTIVAC guys. All the MULTIVAC guys should put their hands up. That's not a new technology. That's quite an old technology, actually. And the way plug assist works is on deep draw packs and complex draws. And effectively, it's a plug that goes down and draws and keeps the heat in the material, so you get a much more consistent and better, deeper draw pack. So effectively, you can form really deep packs. And we banged our heads together and said, well, how can we use plug assist here to help develop and reduce plastic waste? And we did some tests and we did some trials, and we took a 400 micron pack and we put it on a non-plug assist machine. And then we took a 300 micron pack and put it on a plug assist machine. And we got exactly the same gauge in the corners. So we got exactly the same pack coming off the line. Now, the clever ones in the room will know, well, that's instantly a saving of 25% on my base web. And I can do it with mono. And then you add the monopolymer, one polymer pack onto that, and we've got a very good, economical, sustainable pack that's ready to go into the circular economy. And lastly, vacuum pouches. So I talked about this with mints just shortly, just a little bit a while ago. And you're right, they're not widely recycled. But the problem is you can't take a vacuum pouch and make it thinner, and you can't reduce the amount of plastic because it's already been de-engineered. There's some very clever packaging buyers out there that know that if you reduce your weight of material, you get a better price. And that's pretty much already been done. But you saw we have a material at MULTIVAC called MultiCook. Now, this wasn't primarily designed to be for what I'm about to tell you that it can be. It was designed for cooking applications. So this, you can put anything in it that you want and cook it. So oven, steam cook, conventional oven, sorry, steam cook, microwavable, contact grill like the George Foreman. Just please don't chuck it on a naked flame and you should be all right. And the great thing about it is it's 100% polyester. So it's ready to be recycled today once we sort out the recycling stream and whatnot, which is a different challenge. But I can only do my bite-sized bit, and then other people can do their bite-sized bit. And it's about helping you do your bite-sized bit and helping your business achieve your business goals in plastic waste. That's what MULTIVAC's about. That's what I'm here to say today. Come and speak to us. Come and talk to us. We need to be at the top of your packaging design stage. Don't let it be an afterthought, okay? Because once it's an afterthought, it's just too late. And then you can already see the after effect. Circular economy is where we need to move and where we need to go. Take advantage of the materials consultancy offer that we've got. These guys, I know they didn't look very energized as they jumped up off their seats, but they're ready to go. They want to have conversations with you. They're employed to be the experts in the field. They're all nodding at me like, yeah, I am, yeah, don't worry about that. Users, we've got this wonderful facility in here today. We want to put on more things like this. We want to get more heads together. The only way that I believe that we're going to make it into a circular economy, guys, is by working together and by doing things and helping each other in our bite-sized little parts of the circular economy. Thank you very much. Is it questions time? I feel like I'm on the BBC. That's a good question, because I've pitched a lot of mono materials today, haven't I? Surprisingly, in my opinion, not enough. Not a lot, probably 10% is probably the figure that we're seeing. I think everyone's looking at it and want to do it, but then you have the problem with the laminate top web. What do you do with the laminate top web? And the laminate top web, unfortunately, is a lot more expensive, and retailers want to, suppliers to retailers want to keep as much cost neutral as possible. If I can make it cheaper, then I'd be selling it tomorrow, but we're not. It is more expensive. The technology in the top web is more expensive. So yeah, probably looking. Everyone wants to look at it. Probably 90% of our customers that are in semi-rigid wants to look at it, but probably only 10% have actually taken it up so far. We're going to do some machine demonstrations in a minute, so we're going to get some of the guys around the machines. If you want any of these packs, if you want to run any more questions, please come and ask us. Yes, Philip?
Sorry, you always have to have one. So what facilities do we have here for customers to come along? This is obviously a stage question, by the way.
We haven't planned this one. I better have planned a response.
To be able to, for instance, grind, pump, form, slice, pack, and chill product.
So, yes, we can. It's like Bob the Builder. About 2 years ago, we completely renovated this space that you're sat in today, and the reason we did that was so that our customers could come and sit down with us and do full trials in-house. You don't need to take production time. We've got a full chilled facility in there, clean room. You can go in, get your hairnets on. It's fully cleaned down. We've got the development kitchen there as well. We've got all the machinery that MULTIVAC do. We do a full line solution now, and we can look at this from a full line. From a packaging point of view, we've got our consultancy service that we can do. So yeah, we are in the best place position to be able to do that.